Good evening and welcome to round 24 of NPL Men's New South Wales. We start at Illingdon Sports Centre on your Friday night, and it is a battle for position within the top six and maybe implications for the Australian Championship, as well as Sydney FC host Manly United. Great to have your company this evening on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. It's a cool night. A bit of rain that's been showering through the day has eased off for now, and Sydney FC, who do have a good home record in NPL Men's New South Wales this season, will be looking for 3 points that can solidify their hold on a final spot, while Manly United are mounting a late run. They could potentially gate crash the finals with the momentum that they have built over the last month. Let's go to the team lineups. Both are in. Sydney FC have made 3 changes to the starting 11 for this particular match. Goalkeeper tonight, number 30, Alexander Zavadinos. 3, Reef Farias. 4, Kalen Marshall-Witt. 10, Tay Headley. 11, Junior Conde. 14, Jared Middleton. 15, Zinedine Adianzia. 24, Dion Negro. 27, Lockie Middleton. 33, Marin France. And 34, Tyler Williams. So the 3 ins are Farias, Conde and Negro. And moving to the bench, let's go with goalkeeper Jared Williams, then 5, William Pizzuti, 29, Joseph Sikora, 37, Adrian Travato, 42, Ryan Buttigieg, and 47 is Corey Cronin. So new to the bench are Sikora, Travato and Buttigieg, and out altogether Sam Lancaster, Zach Fowler, Mitch Glasson and Orson Conroy. Manly United, their goalkeeper, number 99, Mackenzie Ciron. Number 5, Aaron O'Driscoll. 6, Saxon Hillier. 8, Kakeru Ono. 10, Darcy Burgess. 16, Will Folder. As we get underway with the referee's whistle, 7:30 kickoff. We've started at 7:35 p.m. local time as the ball is sent long and out for a throw-in. Continuing with the Manly team, 10, Darcy Burgess. 16, Will Folder. 18, Luke Neuenhoff. 19, Kai Evans. 28, Aston Hume. 29, John Douglas. And 33, Jasper Chipman. So just the one change. Folder comes into the starting 11. No Ben Coop for this one tonight. And added to the bench. Stay with play here as Sydney FC through Marin France look to square a ball. Could have been an early chance there. And the lines aren't cleared. An excellent save and a follow-up. Well, players treading on each other's toes. And now Junior Conde is foiled. He was still able to get a shot away, even though he had Middleton right there treading on his toes. And what a start to the game for Mackenzie Ciron. He's had to come up with 2 excellent saves. And Sydney FC, who have been masters of taking a 1-0 lead and then holding it here at Rockdale this season, very nearly had a first-minute goal. Oh, what an action-packed start. Here's Tay Headley's corner, and the header across the face is missed at the back post. Conde, the nearest attacker again. Farias able to keep the ball in and shoots on a tight angle. Can't pull it off. It's away across the face. Well, exhale. What a first minute of the game. Action-packed start here at Illingdon. Perfect way to kick off the round of action. We'll get to the Manly bench when we have time. We might hear with this throw-in. So, on the bench for Manly United, Harry Turner, Luca Krazan, Matthew O'Donoghue, Jesse Perez, Stefan de Robillard, Ayumu Kimura, and also Mitchell Seaman. And it means that the new players back on the bench this week are Perez and de Robillard, who are restored to the bench from the team that won 2-1 against the Sutherland Sharks last weekend and completed an unbeaten streak of 5 for Manly United. 3 wins and 2 draws coming into tonight, but they very nearly found themselves 1-0 down here. And so they need to switch on. There'll be plenty of interest in this game because there was breaking news today of a result reversal leading to a ladder adjustment afflicting Rockdale, Blacktown City and also the SD Raiders. Rockdale found to have fielded an ineligible player in 2 games, meaning they are down to 33 points. Their goal difference is also 2 worse. And SD Raiders, who did beat Rockdale in one of the games in question, have 2 goals tacked onto their goal difference. It's now been turned into a 3-0 win, while Blacktown City have picked up 3 precious points. Not particularly relevant to tonight's 2 teams, though, as that's all going on down in the relegation battle. But in the battle for the top 6, it is acutely relevant for Rockdale as they now start the weekend in 6th, 1 point behind Sydney FC. We'll get to the ladder at the next break in play. And that's the context coming in tonight, that Manly United's gap to the finals is even closer than it was at the end of the round last Sunday. And Sydney FC have found a way to jump up a spot on the ladder before a ball was kicked. Here's Conde. And he wins a corner. Yes, referee Tim Danaskos agrees. So the table as it starts, round 24. Marconi on 55. 4 back, Apia in second, 51. 3 further back, Sydney United on 48. And then a big gap, 13 points to Sutherland in fourth on 35. They hold the qualifying spot for the Australian Championship for now. Sydney FC, 5th on 34. Rockdale, 6th on 33. And their goal difference now down to level. 7th, Wollongong, 32. 8th, Spirit on 31. And then 9th, Manly on 30. If Manly were to win 5-0 tonight, they would go into 6th place. Here comes the corner kick for Sydney, though. They've made all the early running. High looping corner for Rios, under the header and out for a goal kick. If Sydney were to win by any margin less than 5, they would at least move level with Rockdale on points. But they would be outside the top 6 on goal difference. Still, those are the circumstances with 6 weeks to go. It is still a lot of football as we work through the midwinter grind. It is a different-looking Sydney FC team tonight. Their top goal scorer, Mitch Glasson, with 8, not leading the line for them. Also knows Zach Fowler, who's been in good recent form. 3 goals in the last 4 games for him. And last week's goal scorer also not able to keep his spot in the team. The young debutant, Josh Brissett. He scored in the 2-1 loss to Apia Leichhardt, but off the bench this week. Here's Manly United through O'Driscoll. He sends a long ball. No Ben Coop leading the line for Manly, so their front 2 is adjusted tonight as well. Kai Evans leading the line on the right. Aston Hume on the left. Here is Evans chasing now, trying to effect a press. Marshall Witt plays it to Tay Headley. Headley, square. Here's Zinedine Arianzia. Bustling run and free kick awarded here. Aaron France able to earn the foul, and it's right on the limit of shooting distance if someone does fancy their chances here for Sydney FC, but some distance from the penalty area. So Tay Headley, what a good season he's been having. Is he about to take his chances from distance here? Only 2 in the wall, so perhaps Manly daring him to have a crack. Now it's a 3-man wall, so Mackenzie Saron making a late instruction. Headley steadies himself and strikes the free kick into the wall. The 3rd player in the wall. It was a great decision because it was blocked away by Darcy Burgess. And Arianzia is stripped of possession. Manly still yet to really construct an attack of note in the opening minutes here. We've played 6 now. It's largely been all Sydney FC out of the gates. And down in the corner, it'll be a throw-in right next to the flag. Throw-in taken by Marshall Witt, but immediately closed down. Series of headers. Good courageous leap for the ball coming from Aston Hume. And now look at his speed here as he tries to close down Tyler Williams, but can't get to him before the back pass to Alexander Zavadinos. Play to Headley. Lockie Middleton. Farias. Well, the pass just found its way to Lockie Middleton. He concedes some ground. And a switch from Williams over to Jared Middleton, who's starting on the left side of defence tonight. Tallest left back in the league when he's playing in that position. At the other end of the height scale, here's Headley playing it back to Marshall Witt. A quick 1-2. The challenge comes in from Hume. Burgess. Hume going on a run. He wants a teammate. He sends a rather ambitious pass, and Zavadinos comes out. No chance of Jasper Chipman making ground all the way from midfield to connect with that pass. It's an up-tempo game. And look at the run here. It was promising for Dion Negro was dispossessed. He was in the Australia under-17 national team recently. Second to last selection. Hume. Deflected pass into midfield. He wanted Burgess and he gets him. Clever little flick off. Now the 1-2, but that comes unstuck. Headley, Conde, Adianzia ahead of the ball. Conde finds Zinedine Adianzia, but he's not able to roll and face. And that's fitting in the weekend of the World Cup final. We've got a Zinedine out there playing. Different spelling to the great Frenchman, but no doubt the intent similar. Short corner, Middleton veers towards the byline, a low cut across. And he was hoping to try and find Dion Negro at the near post, but it's been turned behind for another corner kick. Headley, conventional delivery this time, but it swung beyond the line and out before coming back in at the back post. So we're 10 minutes in. Sydney FC shading matters at present. Manly United still yet to really show us what they're capable of. Give us the evidence of their 5-game undefeated run coming into the game. Vlado Knezovic enjoying his best run of results in the job so far. Spinning on the ball, Kai Evans, able to get out of trouble, did nicely. Switching flanks over to the right. A low pass, trying to probe into the box from Folder, was intercepted. O'Driscoll. Here's Tyler Williams. Bit of shirt grabbing going on against the line, and the referee does sort it out in the end. Free kick going against Aston Hume. Hume went to ground. Headley now following up Saxon Hillier. Plays it on to Kai Evans. And he's able to draw a free kick, and even though they're not the tallest team, Manly, they do have O'Driscoll and also Luke Neuenhoff to aim for, so they are both drifting forward here for a set-piece opportunity rather than a quickly taken free kick. So Darcy Burgess is the right-footed option. He's got Kakeru Ono for company, but I'm not sure we're going to see a left-footed free kick here. It is going to be Burgess, and he picks out Middleton inside the penalty area. And the follow-up is bombs away. John Douglas sending that one into the perimeter fencing beyond all the practice nets behind the goal. Modest crowd tonight. As I was driving down to Illington, I was wondering, I wonder if these two clubs, which have such a great friendship between the two, would consider Sydney FC playing home games at Cromer, especially if Manly can pick up an extra home game out of it. Just planting the seed, because the attendance tonight is perhaps about 50 people. I'm sure it would be doing better if it was on the Northern Beaches. Here's Farias clearing. Marshall Witt. Quick network of passes. Negro. And now France cycles the ball out to the left. Jared Middleton. Now Lockie Middleton, confronted by two opponents. He sends it back out to the wing. France. Well, he tried to launch up across and he just wrapped his laces across the ball. It swung the wrong way. Almost like lawn bowls where you've got the wrong bias and it just veers away from where you're meant to roll it. So Manly United receive a throw in almost near halfway. Douglas. Manly just calming things down a little bit here. Kikeru Ono at the base of midfield. Saxon Hillier. Here goes Aaron O'Driscoll. Almost to the halfway line. A high, hopeful ball. Easily won in the air by Farias. Midfield duel ensues. Arianzia plays it back to Marshall Witt. And Headley. Good link up between those two, but Marshall Witt just had to ponder on the ball for a moment. Looked like an intentional handball when he was on the ground. The referee gives advantage. And Manly come away with possession. Breaking down the right side. Jasper Chipman, his attempt at a driven cross is blocked away. Marshall Witt. In the midfield, Conde's got to move and he's just outpointed. John able to get to the ball before him. So Manly starting to experience a bit more possession, but not in any threatening areas as yet. They have been able to at least stifle Sydney FC after the fast start, past the quarter of the hour mark. Darcy Burgess now leading the press, but Farias looking comfortable enough here as he plays it back to Zavadinos. Sydney's turn for a patient build-up. Jared Middleton, nice little step over from France. Conde played into the channel. It's Junior Conde. He shuffles it on, and Arianzia not on the same wavelength. Second ball, though. It's been won by Negro. He distributes out to the right. Headley. Looks up at a couple of opponents. And a hurried pass, and the referee has seen a free kick. Aston Hume, the infringing player. Too far out for a direct shot. Taken quickly. Headley leaves the ball with Marshall Witt. And then Middleton just pushes a pass a little long, and the attack breaks down. That was the first time we'd seen Jimmy Van Veeren, the Sydney FC manager, summoned from his seat by that phase of play. He saw some potential, but quickly returns to the bench. Arianzia, he couldn't keep it in. So Manly United have another throw in down in left back. Hume, Burgess, trying to play to his own advantage, but it was always going to be difficult against the backtracking Farias. So a network of passes around the defence for Sydney FC. One ball down the right, headed away by Ono, and he can't stick the 1-2 here. Conde trying to interrupt. John, Conde, and now Williams. Lockie Middleton off the chest, and now Conde plays it to Headley. Good first touch. However, he's immediately closed down by Hillier. Both teams committed to a high ball speed here. We're not seeing too many tackles get stuck at the moment. Really is both teams trying to get their passing game going rather than any bash and crash. Headley to Marshall Witt. Here's Marshall Witt. And as he turned away from the tackle of Saxon Hillier there, well, I mentioned there hadn't been much bash and crash. Hillier trying to change all that. Came in with a challenge somewhat from behind. No quickly taken free kick is going to be allowed here. And I suspect Hillier is only getting a talking to. The first yellow card of the game is not popping out of the pocket just yet. Indeed, it's not. So Sydney FC do now take the free kick short. Headley, Conde, able to shrug one challenge, but then can't squeeze through a gap that wasn't quite there, and Ono is able to win the ball and clear away. But Sydney FC just turning up the dial ever so slightly, starting to enjoy possession in more dangerous territory. Now they're building to the first goal. Jared Middleton trying to make ground on the left, and it was a tough pass to control, and he's shut down by Chipman. Now Douglas John. Oh, he's caught in possession here. Well played by Middleton. Headley can turn, and he just lost the ball between his feet. We heard the smack of the perspex on the bench of Sydney FC. They knew that was a good opportunity. Crossfield ball comes from Aston Hume. He's looking over to Will Folder, the right byline. And Folder loses possession. It'll be a Sydney FC throw-in. O'Driscoll. He's been allowed to travel with the ball a couple of times, but his passing options are limited here. Darcy Burgess trying to squeeze it down the right channel. Chipman will be second to the ball here behind Jared Middleton, though. Back pass to Zavadinos. Pressing all the way to the keeper was Chipman. Sydney FC able to smoothly emerge from their defensive lines, but now they're going back, retreating ever so slightly. And they're not out of danger just yet. Manly continue to commit numbers forward. Burgess spills the ball, and Farias able to go and retrieve before Kai Evans could capitalise on it. But this is good from Manly. They may not have been able to generate much with the ball, but they were very nearly able to effect a high turnover. But now, Sydney FC have played through the press. Marin France takes a strike, parried by the goalkeeper, and then Siron is able to come out and collect his own spill. Things unfolded very quickly there, and Marin France just decided to shoot from distance rather than let the attack unfold any further. Saw the shooting opportunity and he took it. That was promising. That's as good as Manly have looked in an attacking sense tonight, and ironically it was when Sydney FC had the ball. They very nearly caught them inside their own penalty box there. Build-up play has been a little bit more stilted, it must be said, and they're not going to have any joy here either. Another midfield giveaway. Arianzia able to turn. Headley's only option. It's not quite the target man that Mitch Glasson is in previous weeks, and Headley just glances it off his head and possession is yielded. And now Manly can forge forward. Here goes Kai Evans. He's got Burgess with him. Evans puts his head down and burrows forward. He's got the entire Sydney midfield chasing him. He was like an outlaw being pursued by the constabulary there, and well, the law won. And now Sydney FC have players spread back out into their positions and they can go to work. Tay Headley taking up this position on the right side of attack tonight. He's been very prominent in the game. Junior Conde leading the line. Marin France over on the left. And here he pops up again, Headley. He's able to keep possession under duress, and coming through the back of him, Hillier there. Has to be careful with persistent fouling now. Headley wastes no time, and that's a bit of a hospital ball out to Jared Middleton, but he's able to bring it down and go back and steady through Tyler Williams. Now Jimmy Van Vieren right up to the paint of the touchline. He wasn't happy with that choice of pass there, I don't think. Manly now, an outlet ball here. They're looking for a full field counter, and plenty to do for Aston Hume. He's going to take on Headley here, and he's going to shoot. It's a shot on target for Manly. But it's not able to really trouble Zavadinos. They are growing into the game, the away team now. 25 minutes into the action. Better signs that they're balancing out general play. Arianzia. You might have heard the clash of boot against boot, shin against shin, and a free kick from the left here that'll suit the right-footed in-swinger. It's a real midfield scrap too. Arianzia just had the clean ball control for long enough to lure in an opponent and win the foul. So Sydney FC have another opportunity to force the issue here. So Headley has the set-piece opportunity, 2 in the wall. He's going to whip it in, and it's easily cleared in the end. Hillier down to the ball. Arianzia, bit of shape on the cross and swerve. Just a little bit too much on it. They are playing like Mitch Glasson is up top tonight, Sydney FC. Just a few crosses a little too high. That one over the head of Junior Conde as well. And out for another goal kick. So if tonight does end up a draw, it'll take Sydney FC to 35 points. Level on points with Sutherland, but behind them on goal difference, and that'll be Sutherland in 4th, Sydney FC in 5th, while Manly United would move to 31. 6th place is currently occupied by Rockdale on 33. So Manly United, it would be 6 unbeaten if they get a draw at a minimum tonight. Midfield scrap. Sydney FC concede some ground in order to get clean possession through Williams. And now a good press. Burgess wins the ball and the shot is bending into the goalkeeper's gloves. Kai Evans able to make the most of the opportunity, and that has been coming. Second time now that Sydney FC have looked just a little shaky against the Manly press, playing out from the back. Will it be third time lucky as Manly win the ball once again? This time it was Doug John winning possession away. Oh no. Hillier. And then John conceding ground to O'Driscoll. A bit of pressure coming from Dion Negro. Sydney FC's turn to press. Manly's turn to play their way out of it, and they've done so brilliantly. Burgess. What a move this will be for Manly if they can stick the landing through the right channel. Jasper Chipman flowing forward, and the header is over. Aston Hume not able to put the header on target, but that is as good as Manly have looked tonight. In fact, it's as good as either team has looked tonight so far. Under the pump in the press, able to play their way through it. And then it was a flowing move into the attacking third. And even though it's taken the best part of 30 minutes, Manly United now find themselves very much up to speed in the game. Sydney looking for a response. France. Headley. Steered away by Ono. Negro. Little 1-2 with Marshall Witt was clever. Dion Negro. Perfect assist if it had hit the net. Junior Conde has found a way to slice it wide. What a let-off that is for Manly. And what a chance for Sydney FC. That really should have been 1-0. And Dion Negro with a brilliant 1-2 there with Marshall Witt. A beautiful curving pass. And the finishing touch was lacking. Well, both teams have had their best move of the night back-to-back. So Manly restart. O'Driscoll out to the right. Chipman down the line. Burgess has got to work. He's not going to make ground. So both teams will feel as though they've done enough to score now. The question is who is going to apply the finishing touch here. Ono getting to the edge of the box. It's as far forward as we've seen him on an attack so far. And his attempt is immediately blocked away. Ono. Both teams think it's their throw. O'Driscoll with a long pass, headed away by Farias. Jared Middleton and now France, out-wrestled by O'Driscoll. Manly with a few players in space here. Kikero Ono, one of them. He can go to work. He's got the shouts coming from Hume on the left. Aston Hume takes possession in a one-on-one against Marshall Witts. Cuts in, and it's blocked away by Dion Negro. Conde back helping out the midfield. Headley dispossessed immediately, and the follow-up comes. Long ball, O'Driscoll rises to a hard-won header. Big collision in midfield. Helia can't knock Adianzia off the ball, though. Plenty of time being taken over the throw in here. Marshall Witt looking for a 1-2. Now a little chip half volley. Cleared from the edge of the box though by Neuenhoff. Going over to retrieve the ball is Jared Middleton. And that's going to slide off the head of Kikero Ono. Can he keep it in? He does. It's conceding a corner kick, but Sydney immediately have the ball back. Headley, little nutmeg was clever. Tay Headley saved away. Saron, excellent. Tay Headley would have been forgiven for thinking that was the opening goal, if not for the outstretched right hand of Mackenzie Saron, who makes an excellent save. Conde. Sydney right back to task. As we tick into the final 10 minutes of regulation in the first half. Tay Headley, the right footer, shooting across the goalkeeper towards the bottom left corner. Could he have set it just a little wider? Ball goes out for a corner despite the appeals. Just watching the chance back on the stream, but it was a really clever nutmeg. No, I'm not sure he could have put it any further towards the corner without missing altogether, putting it wide of the keeper. So, corner kick coming up. Outswinger from Headley. Up and under header from Ono. The ball bounces to the edge of the box. France whips it in. It's allowed to bounce through the penalty area. No one could take a touch. Adianzia back in now. Manly eventually. Neuenhoff clears the lines. And they're going to create a contest here and perhaps have some relief. Folder playing the ball on. Hillier. Closed down. Farias to Adianzia. Now Headley back to work. It's popped up on the left side now. Underlapping run from France. Both wingers on the same side of the pitch, and the little lay inside was just under hit. Doug John plays it back down into the left back corner. Saron has no choice but to sweep the right foot through the ball and clear to the line. The referee convinced here there was enough for a foul, and so Sydney have a wide free kick opportunity. And they're going to take it short. Well, the referee policing that. Perhaps not satisfied that he'd given the all clear. Now the restart can take place. Headley whips in across Farias, the target. It falls just beyond Conde, and it rolls out for a goal kick. Well, the chances have piled up as the half has gone on here, and it is a bit of a surprise that the game is 0-0. When these teams met earlier in the season, it was also a Friday night up at Cromer Park. Manly were in front for most of the night, thanks to a goal from Darcy Burgess, only for Mitch Glasson to pop up in stoppage time and grab a share of the points on a night where Sydney FC hadn't created a great deal. They've created considerably more tonight than when the teams last met back in round 9. And we're not even halfway done. Here goes Hume. Oh, he's scythed down by Marshall Witt. And even though he's hurt, Marshall Witt did it legally in the eyes of the referee. It's a heavy landing, though. He's favouring his right arm. I wonder if play will have to be stopped here at will. Get the stream up and just have another look here. Well, I mean, he did get a fair bit of the player, Marshall Witt, even though his outstretched right foot led by taking the ball. But it's going to be a drop ball to restart play. The hope for Manly here is that Aston Hume hasn't popped his shoulder. Hopefully it is just a bit of pain rather than something permanent. Treatment continues here, and you wonder, are we about to see a bit of activity on the bench for Manly United? They've got one sub currently going through the paces. Looks like it. All eyes on the trainer here, and on Aston Hume. I suspect he's going to be continuing on here, sore as he may be. There was a riffle shake of the head there, though, as he went to the bench. But as he turns back around to face the playing arena, I suspect he will be okay to continue on. Drop ball and play back live at the feet of Nieuwenhof. Now he's back on, so 11 versus 11 is restored. And he's right back into the action. Hume playing it to Ono. Burgess wants on in the middle for him as he takes possession on the left. Happy to hold play up. Hume lifts across, goalkeeper out. Committed early, did Zavadinos, and he can launch a counter-attack with a short roll. Marin France. Up to the halfway line in the blink of an eye. Slides it to Conde. Conde, Arianzia. Bit of showtime coming out here. Headley. He's got defenders blocking his path to goal, though. Out to Jared Middleton. And now back to Tay Headley. Spinning on the ball. Headley shoots from distance. Oh, it dipped late. Not late enough to really be a threat on goal, but the trajectory is not without some promise as it goes out for a goal kick. And now time is the enemy of both teams to open the scoring before the halftime break. Nieuwenhof. Oh no. Tough one to control off the chest there. So Evans made the best of it. Jared Middleton volleying up. Headley playing back to goal. And he's been dispossessed by Hillier. Hume switching to Chipman. Hume presents for the ball. Lays it out to the right. John onto his left side, switching flanks. Ono getting forward. Beautiful first touch out of the sky. Cuts it across the penalty area at the top of the box, or just arriving half a second too late was Folder. Sydney FC defence able to cover in the end, but the touch from Ono is what really opened the door there to the cross and the shooting opportunity. Hume puts his head down, trying to combine with Ono. Now Hillier. It's a long chain of passes for Manly. And then the attempt at a diagonal over to the right. Not quite for John. You just see the intent is there for Manly. They've got better as the half has gone on. And now right at the end of the first half, they are matching it with Sydney FC. Crossfield pass was ambitious. Negro with a little shuffle on. Oh! Marshall Witt has been wiped out by Aston Hume, and it's a yellow card. The Manly bench are blowing up because they recall the earlier challenge between the two. Sydney FC are not happy themselves. It is yellow and the first of the game, and it goes the way of Aston Hume. Well, watching that back on the stream, it sounded spectacular. The collision between the two, the impact. Marshall Witt is still down here. You probably might have noticed during the game, and he plays in every game with extensive bandaging on his legs. So he does have pre-existing concerns that need to be taped up before every game he plays. But he doesn't need to call the trainer. He stays out there and he's back up. It's mainly the left leg around the left knee where he's got extensive bandaging, Caelan Marshall-Witt, but thankfully no need to receive any further treatment for him. Here's Headley. Fourth official signals 2 additional minutes to end the first half, of which we've had about 30 seconds. Marshall-Witt back up and running. Blocked by Ono. Little chop pass, the back heel. Asking a lot, but getting an answer from Evans. It worked well. And now a bit of roughing up for Hume. Well, it's becoming tit for tat out there at the moment. It was Farias' turn here to knock over Aston Hume. Maybe half-time is coming at a good time for a couple of the players. Manly happy to go backwards from the free kick though. Neuenhoff. Chipman. Chipman plays it into a 1-on-2, asking a lot of Evans. The referee's seen enough. We don't even quite get the 2 minutes. 90 seconds of additional time at the end of the first half here. A scoreless first half to start round 24 in NPL Men's New South Wales. Not for a lack of trying. Some excellent saves, particularly from Mackenzie Saron in that first half. And Manly United created chances of their own, which suggests that maybe the first goal isn't too far away. And as the players leave the field, the lights have significantly upped the lux. Let there be light as we go to the halftime break. The score here at Illingdon is Sydney FC 0, Manly United 0.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffletix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Shifting inside. Bugaria spins. Kukuchka. Shifting one way and the other. Kukuchka! Duarte able to link up with Cornish. And now Lockie Scott has stolen a march on Ziggy Gordon here. Lockie Scott bursting into the area and finishing with aplomb. Cheaply giving the ball away there as a Killian and giving the Wolves with a golden opportunity here for Cornish. 1 and 2 as well, if you don't mind. Still going here. Kukuchka pulled into the area. Strike. Goal! Now, as support wide in the form of Nizam. Instead, it goes centrally for Daniel Wong. Is this the moment? What a save again from Kunail. He's got some more work to do as it rattles the woodwork. Nodded forward. Wong! That is the moment.
Byron can stop him. Here comes Nicholas Olsen to make it 1-0 and does just. He's very fortunate. That's a good ball. There's plenty of people there. Chance. Oh, and it can't be tapped in by Manly. It's still in the box, waiting for a shot, and it does find it in. And it's Darcy Burgess. Great ball. If Kimura can take it. Oh, what a touch. Kimura all the way through. Could it be two? It is. Oh, what a winner.
Major or Figuera. And Major sends him the wrong way. Stares him down. Major. Ball just gets away from him. Forced back. Nice turn from Jackson Brown. And how about that from Caleb Jackson Brown? Cross in again. Nikolovsky first tour, but the ball on the edge of the area. Forced to Marcic. First touch. Goal! Michal Marcic comes on and with his first touch. Tanaka crosses in toward O'Brien and he makes it 3.
Kuda looking for Farinella. He's led Adianzio to the ball. Stewart coming through on the outside. Stewart on the tight angle. What an excellent finish. Sydney FC have got a double change in the wings. Junior Conde and Corey Cronin. Here's a pass from Caspers. It's an incisive ball. It's been missed by Zavadinos, and a gift has been presented. Appia's score. And that pass to Pizzuti is promising. Is this Sydney's moment? Pizzuti cuts it back, and stepping in was Conroy. Pizzuti with a drive. It's going to be volleyed in. Sydney are back in business. And it's Josh Brezet.
Touches an opposition half for Spirit up and high. And here's Keeley, and Keeley with the shot. And that's a terrific finish from Callum Keeley up into the top corner. Lovely pass. Skatarich looking for the ball back. Skatarich. Well, Skatarich, the ball is deflected away. And a most unlikely goal as the ball is being cleared. Nicholas Skatarich putting pressure on Jake. You can absolutely see your breath now, as can the players. And now here is Mustafoy. He's inside the box. Takes one touch. Mustafoy looks up, looking to find Keeley. And it's driven into the back post there. Petranos didn't quite catch it, but Kobayashi did. Can he release Kobayashi? He can't. He gets a touch here. And now Kobayashi's getting on the ball. Mustafoy is driving forward. He's onside. He's just got the goalkeeper to beat. Mustafoy is there. A terrific save. No, it's got through. What a finish to this game. Oh, there's a punch from Janjetovic.
It was on a lead, Nathan Roberts. Nathan Roberts trying to get possession. Ball played back to Malfarra. Malfarra has a crack. Malfarra does it once again. Changes for both sides, as we've mentioned. And now Quilligan works a ball towards the far post. There's a touch. Goes over the top of Kenny. Then the header. It's in. Pufflet. Fantastic.
And De Oliveira will make way now. De Oliveira put far too much on the last one. Wada goes direct. Superb! A sweet strike from Tomoki Wada.
Here he is with the corner. It's a good ball in. Sinot has to punch. It's back out with Franco Meyer. And how about that? Bernie on that underlapping run gets into the area and lays it off for Jesic. And Marconi go bang bang. Down easy for Sekenis. He's looking to try and add something. Damien Sekenis gets Sunday Yona into the attack. Yona tries to go between defenders. Still has it, Sunday Yona. Sekenis with the header.
Welcome back to the Illingdon Sports Centre. Both teams and the referee out on the pitch for the start of the second half of this NPL Men's New South Wales opening game in round 24. Scoreless at half-time between Sydney FC and Manly United, who will take the initiative here in the second 45. Very short half-time team talk from Vlado Knezovic. He was back out of the rooms and watching his substitutes warm up after barely 5 minutes of the half-time break. And as the whistle goes to start the second 45, Manly attacking the right of your screens here at Linden in the second half. And they have made a change with Stefan de Robillard coming on in the number 7 shirt. He's playing over on the left side of attack at the moment. So you see a battle for possession with Doug John getting a foot in. Neuenhoff coming across to guard against the line. And the ball deflected kindly for him to keep it in. Burgess now touched on and running down to Sydney's goalkeeper Alexander Zavadinos. So we did see the potential shoulder or AC joint injury in the first half for Aston Hume, and it appears as though he has been substituted out at half-time with Stefan de Robillard coming on. So even though he was able to play out the first 45, he has left the game. Hopefully that is not an injury that will curtail him much longer than missing the second half tonight. Deflection here, and de Robillard nearly involved straight away as the ball runs down to Zavadinos once again. De Robillard with 4 goals this season, equal second top scorer for Manly United. Tally led on just 5, so if you can find the back of the net tonight, he'll be into a share for top scorer so far this season. Samuel Griffiths, who's not in the matchday squad tonight, is the top scorer with those 5 goals, and then Luke Neuenhoff has 4 in a tie with de Robillard, so he'll be coming on hoping to break the deadlock here. Sydney FC certainly had a wealth of chances in the first half to do so as well. Weren't able to convert, as though Tate Headley is starting the second half over on the left flank. Although maybe this is just creating the overload with Marin France also on the left flank at present, because we saw that used to good effect at times in the first half. O'Driscoll emerging out of defence. Burgess's touch. Ball stays in against the right sideline, and Burgess, he moves so smoothly, able to bring the ball down, and he looks up at Reef Farias at the edge of the penalty area. Burgess goes to work, holds off Farias, extracts across, and it's held on to by Zavadinos running with the flight of the ball. Marin France now. Headley staying wide with him on the left side. France with a burst of acceleration, but John sticking to task. And the square back is knocked away initially. Middleton following up. He's then denied the ball. Burgess touching it back inside. Will Folder. And now Saxon Hillier over to the left. Here's de Robillard. Chance to show us what he can do. He looks up at Caelan Marshall-Witt. Speaking of first half knocks, Marshall-Witt seemingly fine to continue. And Kakero Onu, who got better as the half went on, both defensively and also pushing up the pitch. He concedes a little bit of territory here. Chipman. To Robillard, trying to get something going. He plays it to the edge of the box. Evans not able to link up with a teammate though. He's cleared away from Folder. Here he is on the ball now though, getting an opportunity. Chipman advancing down the right. First time cross at full flight. Takes a little nick off the defender, Jared Middleton. And it was probably already, even without the deflection, heading into the gloves of Zavadinos. Arianzia, long ball down the right. Conde tries to take the ball in stride. Ono gets back goal side of him. Played out to the right. Ono will be first to the ball. The ball is bent along the line and stayed in, so play continues. At the feet of Farias. He's got Tyler Williams in space. Jared Middleton working with Marin France, shrugging off the attention of Chipman. Able to turn and face Headley. Middleton cuts it back to France. Looking for a gap that maybe wasn't there, and O'Driscoll clears away. Off the head of Farias. Given the number of subs that were warming up intensely at halftime, you'd think that if we stay at 0-0, changes won't be too far away. Here's Jared Middleton. Into the ball. Into the path of France. Trying to dance on the ball here. Farias. And the underlapping run from Middleton is foiled by Chipman, who slides in to put the ball out for a throw in. An exchange of headers back and forth. Evans. And conceding ground back to Zavadinos. Dion Negro. Conde. And the whistle goes in midfield. So is the initial flurry back out of the rooms at the start of the second half exhausted, and when we see players settle back into some of the passing patterns, the game really hit quite a high point from about the half-hour mark until the end of the first half, whereas we've had a bit more of a frenzied start to the second 45 here. O'Driscoll. Chipman. Burgess, hard work against two opponents. Lockie Middleton winning the ball away. Headley slamming out towards the touch line, still with work to do. Clips it into space. Lockie Middleton will oblige. He shovels across to the edge of the box, and Burgess is able to take it away. Williams trying to step up. Caught in the challenge though. Burgess, no breathing room for him either. And eventually the ball spills kindly. Ono out to de Robillard. Stefan de Robillard. A step over. He goes wide into the near post stand, and the side netting with a deflection corner kick coming up. De Robillard. The step over just to size up his opponent, Kalen Marshall with. And then he decided to break left and head onto a more acute angle rather than seek his right foot. So a corner kick for Manly United. A line of players to aim for. High looping corner, Chipman up and out pointed in the air by Conde, but he concedes a corner on the opposite flank. And Kakero Ono will come over to take that corner. It looks as though Manly are preparing in a similar fashion. Neuenhoff, O'Driscoll, Burgess, Chipman, all congregating around each other near the edge of the penalty area. Ono's corner. Another high looping ball. O'Driscoll backtracking. He will knot it down. Here's the chance for Neuenhoff. Well, that's how he got into a tie for second on the scoring charts, Luke Neuenhoff. Being free in the penalty area on that occasion, but he just couldn't wrap his left foot around the ball for a powerful strike. Sydney FC emerge out of defence. Sydney FC getting a couple of subs ready, including a senior debutant not far away. We saw two last weekend in Orson Conroy and Josh Brissett in the 2-1 defeat to Apia. That pass misplaced from Hillier, and is that going to be enough time for Sydney to walk the subs over to the fourth official? It's not just yet. But it looks as though Joseph Sikora is going to be coming along with William Pizzuti, who joined mid-season from Northwest Sydney Spirit. Lockie Middleton. Now Dion Negro to Marin France. Manly defence sitting deep. Now they take a step up to the edge of the box. Long shot from Farias. He doesn't mind one a game, maybe one or two a game from range, but that one right into the midfield traffic and blocked away. Farias on the ball, distributing out to the right. Marshall Witt knocks it back inside for Conde. Arianzia went without the ball. Headley at the edge of the box, he rolls through. France, the shooting channel opens, and Headley follows up and slices wide. Well, some gilt-edged opportunities have gone begging for Sydney FC tonight. It was Junior Conde in the first half, and Tay Headley, slightly high degree of difficulty, it must be said, on that opportunity, but it still goes begging. So, Joseph Sikora is coming on for Junior Conde. His number is up, so the 16-year-old set to make his Sydney FC NPL debut, senior NPL first appearance. And Caitlin Marshall-Witt is coming off for William Pizzuti. So Pizzuti will go on at right back, and Sikora, who is a name I recall from watching play quite well in the Emerging Socceroos Championships as well. Only recent history because he is only 16, and that tournament is for under 15 and under 16 players. So here he is in senior NPL, and he's pressing right up straight away. Congratulations to him and also the Sydney FC staff. And sending another debutant out in first grade. And I've got a corner coming up here for Sydney FC. Bullocking work done over against the byline, leading to Ono conceding with the last touch. And I think we're going to have a quickly taken corner. We are. Headley came over and asked for the ball and received. Now Arianzia swings it across. It's through the box. Marin France with a chance here. Wants his right foot. France turns away from the target. Farias back to France. Numbers committed forward here for Sydney. Headley brings the ball down. Able to turn and face O'Driscoll. And he has to again cycle the ball back out of the penalty area. Over to Farias, a bending cross. Neuenhoff had good position. Farias pops another header on. Can Manly stand up here and defend their penalty area? Sydney is surging. Sea of legs. Well played Hillier to get a tackle stuck. And now as it's sent out to the touchline, it is out for a throw-in from right back. Now it's Manly's turn to answer with subs of their own. Ben Coop and Jesse Perez are coming on. Must admit, when I looked at the dribble pre-game, I didn't see Ben Coop's name, so there must have been a late adjustment to the paperwork, because he's on here. Jesse Perez comes on to join him as well. Yep, Coop has appeared on the bench. And it's number 2, Luca Cruzan, who is out of the matchday squad. So if you have been with us from the start of the night, apologies. No Cruzan. Coop is on the bench and now he's into the game to lead the line here for Manly. So they've made a couple of changes to their attacking trio. Coop knocking the ball on to Burgess. He charges Evans. He's dropped a little deeper now as a result of Coop coming into the game. Here's Pires coming on at right back. So a few positional shuffles and switches in order to accommodate the new arrivals. Darcy Burgess has dropped back a little deeper. He had been leading the line, but now it's Coop who's going to play back to goal here. Trying to knock the ball into midfield. Will Folver, the number 16, was the other player to make way in the double change. Pires, experienced Manly defender, never afraid to get forward down the right side. Lays the ball across the face, and Chipman, the recipient, to Ono. Underlapping run was promising from de Robillard, but he was looking further afield to Burgess, couldn't quite connect. Now O'Driscoll. Pires. Neuenhoff. And Evans plays it back to Pires. So Sydney had been on top, having a good little spell before they made a double change and Manly responded with subs of their own, and now Manly are starting to re-establish themselves in general play, in a free kick here conceded by Jared Middleton.
Sandy, no! No, Sandy! Leave him!
O'Driscoll, long ball out to the right. Pires getting forward as we would have expected with him coming into the game. There's a match to be won here. Manly United can close to level on points for the team in the top 6 with a win tonight. Coop to de Robillard. The subs linking up. De Robillard, he's now got Pizzuti as his opponent, and well, Pizzuti takes the points on the first meeting between the two. He's come on for Caitlin Marshall-Witt, who was previously guarding de Robillard over on that left side of attack for Manly. Faria's got to be careful here as he gets pressed. And now Pizzuti takes the ball and just decelerates as he hits halfway. Tangle against the line, and Pires is blown up for the foul on France. Restart taken quickly by Jared Middleton. Now Lockie Middleton. And his passing channel blocked in midfield. Farias. Pizzuti. Arianzia between the lines. Really good play from Zinedine Arianzia. He draws the free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card for Jasper Chipman. He was surrounded by 3 Manly defenders there, but his ability to triangulate, to use an Andy Harperism, and just get into the gap between the 3 players. Good first touch, and he was legged. And this is a dangerous, dangerous free kick here for Sydney FC. And a little conference is taking place between 3 Sydney players as to who is going to strike this free kick from not even a metre away from the top right corner of the penalty area as they would see it. And it looks as though Arianzia is the player who has been left with the responsibility. Is he about to knock it sideways over to Tay Headley? He's not. It's into the box, and the header is there for Williams. Couldn't quite shape it back towards the target though. And the moment passes for Sydney FC. So we're 20 minutes into the second half, still scoreless. A result that all the other teams around these two on the table will be perfectly fine with. if you're Spirit, if you're Rockdale, if you're Sutherland. I don't think you had a barracking interest tonight other than both teams ending up dead level. Zavadinos got a little clever there against the line, and Coop came across and just made it a little awkward. But Zavadinos sees it over the line and out for a goal kick. Ball passed back to Zavadinos. He hurriedly clears. Manly pressing all the way to the 6-yard box on that one. And Sydney FC are going to escape. Pizzuti. Arianzia. Dion Negro goes for the incisive pass into midfield, but Lockie Middleton lost the ball, and now Jared Middleton comes in with a bit of bustle, but he knocks over Evans and concedes the free kick. Oh no. Back to Chipman. Burgess. And that was rolling out for a corner, so Sydney FC had to hustle just to avoid conceding another corner kick, and it'll be a throw-in down next to the flag. Keruono. Hillier concedes ground. Neuenhoff over to Perez. Perez all the way back to O'Driscoll. Hillier trying to shape a little outside of the foot flick, but Pizzuti will get there first. Hillier gets another chance. Another double change in the works for Sydney FC. It's going to be Corey Cronin and Ryan Buttigieg to come on at the next break and play. Oh no, a kind deflection. Now he unleashes a diagonal ball, which Jared Middleton reads best. It's going to deflect off Neuenhoff, and it creates a chase for Evans. Jared Middleton leads that chase. Perez knocks the ball down. Sydney FC just first to the ball again. Negro. Now Manly's turn to jump the pass. Chipman coming through. Winning the ball. Coop. Back to goal work was good. And Burgess always missed a Robillard with the pass. Just a step away from it. And it rolls out for a throw-in. Sydney FC not going to make the double change just yet. They're going to wait for things to unfold on the outer side of the pitch. Arianzia. Oh, and through comes O'Driscoll, the centre-back, bursting forward. Has he got anyone in support, or does he just go himself? And the shot is taken by Evans, but blocked immediately. Marin France. Now Dion Negro. Arianzia. Push, then a free kick. Oh, right at the top of the penalty area, in the middle of the goal. And we've seen some set-piece chances for Sydney FC and Zinedine Arianzia. He won the last free kick. That led to a yellow card. This time not the case. It's a really good set-piece opportunity here. I think we're about to see a significant defensive wall coming up for Manly United. And the double change will have to wait just a little bit longer. So the wall has been marched back. 6 in the wall for Mackenzie Saron. Tay Headley and Lockie Middleton are the two players shaping over the free kick as the left foot and right foot options. And Marin France hasn't left the vicinity just yet either. Referees, he's the power option. He's the blaster. Look at this 5-player conference over the free kick. Who wants it? Referee blows the whistle, and it looks as though it is going to be Tay Headley now. Do they have something cooked up, or will he shoot direct? It's Headley, and it's a good save from Saron. Down sharply, and the follow-up from Adianzia is sliced away. But Mackenzie Saron has had the answers tonight, and he comes up with a sharp save there from the free kick. And that will prompt the double substitution to go through. Dion Negro's number is up. He will come off here for Ryan Buttigieg. And Corey Cronin is going to come on, and he'll replace Tyler Williams. So Cronin will go into defence and Buttigieg into midfield. And are we drifting into territory where a sole goal will do it? We've crossed 70 minutes. Worth reminding you that it was a stoppage time equaliser for Sydney FC when the teams met at Cromer Park back in round 9. Here's Cooper making a run, and a defensive header is going to slide on kindly to Zavadinos. So don't quit on this one just yet. We had a stoppage time goal last time the teams met. Maybe the difference tonight is it could be the only goal the way the game is heading at the present. Manly are going to answer with a change of their own. On comes Mitchell Seaman, and it's going to be for Darcy Burgess. So Seaman, who was one of the players who did quite an energetic warm-up at half-time, now gets his chance to be unleashed into the contest. It does appear to be a straight swap as an attacking midfielder, and he's up winning the header here. Coop, and just a little nudge enough to call the foul from Jared Middleton. The wind has picked up ever so slightly, maybe just for us in the scaffold here at Willingdon. I'm looking at the corner flags, not quite finding its way to ground level just yet. It's been a still night. We haven't had a drop of rain since kick-off, even though there was rain for most of the day during the afternoon. And the tempo remains high. Pires, Evans, Seaman, and the ball comes away at the feet of Adianzia. He's going to turn on the afterburners here, and he showed Saxon Hillier a clean pair of heels, and he's protesting that he was fouled. Referee Tim Danaskos not reaching for the whistle, though. Play continues. Sydney reload. Pizzuti. Adianzia rolling at the top of the box, and he's going to get his head back in the game here because he's still arguing with the referee that he thought he was fouled. Oh no. Now de Robillard. De Robillard legged. Clumsy from Pizzuto. And will he stay out of the referee's book here? He will. But again, it's another telling off for the second half sub. So we've had just the one booking in the game, and that was for Aston Hume, who was subbed off at half time. To Robillard. Oh no. Neuenhoff. Now, Zinedine Adianzia has got himself yellow carded, so the red mist hadn't quite lifted from him just yet. And for snapping at the heels there, he picks up a booking. Sydney's remaining outfield sub is Adrian Travato. They only named 6 on the bench tonight. Here goes Neuenhoff. And now Evans, tangle of legs. Cronin making an impact. The most recent sub to enter the game. Aaron France down on the last line of defence. Just lifts the ball high up to the halfway line. Perez. Joseph Sikora getting the encouragement from the bench as he leads the line now for Sydney FC. Driscoll guides the ball to the attacking third. Evans brought it down, wins a throw in. Perez. Oh no. Down to Robillard. Game's just hit a curious lull in the last minute or so. All it takes is one slip though, because the press is still intense from Sydney. And they're trying to flick the ball on here. Coop hasn't got an offload pass just yet. Now he wanted to turn the corner and use Kai Evans, and the ball is cleared away from him. O'Driscoll. Oh no. Played the pass to the advantage of Pizzuti there to be able to screen it out for a goal kick. Robillard not on the same wavelength. Arianzia able to roll through midfield again, and now he's taken down from behind. And Neuenhoff will not avoid a booking. Everything had to go right when you tackle from behind like that, and he just got a bit too much of the man, and a booking is the result. Manly are getting Ayumu Kimura ready to come on. Might have heard the fourth officials board flipping over during that build-up to the yellow card there for Neuenhoff. Here's France. Conceding a bit of ground. Back to Cronin. Perez. Clearance will find safe passage. Now it bounces on for Coop, and Coop just didn't get his feet right as the backtracking Farias knocks it off him. And now given away. Surely this is the chance. Oh, somehow it goes wide of the target. And Coop collapses to the ground in disbelief. And maybe we're destined for a 0-0 draw if chances like that are going begging. Here's Buttigieg with Cronin. Kimura still waits on the sideline. Can Coop stay engaged? Take the next chance. Can Sydney punish Headley? Intercepted here by Perez. Manly United have played in 2 scoreless draws this league season, one against Blacktown. In fact, both their games against Blacktown City this season, failing to trouble the scorers. Sydney FC had a very hard-fought 0-0 draw away at Marconi, and they also drew against the Sutherland Sharks here at Illingdon back in round 12. So it's not like we're heading into uncharted territory that these teams might draw a blank. Not that this game deserves to. We've had enough chances for a scoreline closer to 2-2. Mackenzie Saron has got a case to be player of the match, and now Manly have absolutely torched a good chance of their own only recently. Coop with just the one goal this season, trying to double his season tally. So Kimura is on, the number 11 for Manly United. It was Kai Evans who made way. He's seemingly been thrown on in a right wing or right forward position. So Manly are really going to go for it here. Back to Saron. Chipman's pass. Promising run. Ono's cross, headed away by Pizzuti. And first to the bouncing ball will be Buttigieg. Alianzia dispossessed by Neuenhoff. De Robillard through the left channel. Looping cross, and no one at the back post for Manly. No one on that side of the penalty area at all. So chasing it out of the box is Marin Franson with a little chip and charge to himself. He's able to bypass Kimura. And now a speculative long ball, which is headed comfortably by Kakeru Ono. How about Jasper Chipman? He has played right back, left back, and now centre back tonight, the youngster. Really showing his versatility, allowing the substitutions to be accompanied by positional switches. And they are taking some risks here at the end of the night. They're committing attacking numbers on. Jesse Perez is more or less living as a right midfielder rather than a right back. Mitchell Seaman in midfield. A little grab at Headley. Headley's going to concede ground here. Pizzuti's been good since coming on. Plays it over to Jared Middleton. Middleton finds Marin France in space. Buttigieg was not. He got shut down in a 1-on-2. Hillier has De Robillard breaking left and uses him. No, he's going to peel away De Robillard and let Ono get forward instead. Kakeru Ono tries for the sweeping cross. Coop brings it down and then can't turn onto the ball. Breaking out of defence. Lockie Middleton. Advantage given. Adianzia, Sikora. And through comes O'Driscoll with a good slide challenge. End-to-end stuff now to end the night. The sweeping ball, hoping for Kimura, and it's sliced away by Farias, and it swings on the breeze, but not enough to take it out for a corner. It's a throw-in right down next to the corner post. I think we're going to get a fun run to the finish line here, as neither of these teams want to leave empty-handed. Some shouts to Joseph Sikora that he's playing as a striker from the Sydney bench. As we eavesdrop, here's a chance, and just wide for Neuenhoff. He shot from the top of the area, seeking out the bottom right corner, and it caught a touch. It's a corner kick. Oh, Neuenhoff's had a couple of chances now in this second half as well. He's been pushed up into midfield with Chipman now at centre back next to O'Driscoll, and all of them are forward here, hoping to connect with a corner kick. Is this Manly's moment to break through? Corner will be met first by Sydney FC. Seaman back into the box. Improvised header. It's volleyed on by Neuenhoff. Middleton able to get up for the header. It was Jared Middleton who did so. Then Pizzuti clears. Little half volley by Hillier. It's there to be won. Chipman does so. Twists back and plays the pass to Saxon Hillier. And he concedes ground all the way back to his goalkeeper. Saron off the head of Kimura. He's glanced it into the position that he would otherwise be running into. Perez up. Now Coop leaving it with Kimura. De Robillard was getting forward at the back post, but the ball's not coming. It's good one-on-one defending by Jared Middleton. Now going to work. Manly United do win the ball back through Coop. Perez. Neuenhoff. And now Ono.
Louis, be careful, Louis! Louis, you start! Yeah, Louis!
So here's O'Driscoll. Kimura. O'Driscoll comes in to help out. Sydney FC's defence are repelling at this point. We tick into the final 4 minutes of regulation time. Sydney FC make their final sub. It's another senior debut. Congratulations to 18-year-old Adrian Travato, who comes on to play for the first time in first grade. And he comes on in a situation where Manly are attacking, but de Robillard puts it into the construction site. And that one has bounced rather firmly off some newly set concrete out into the car park. So that will require some retrieval. Manly United are the aggressors here. Sydney FC, we know they're capable of hitting on the counter. We saw them do it to Sydney United here about a month ago. That was Zach Fowler, though, who scored, who's not in the matchday squad tonight. It was also Dion Negro, who played in the past, who's since been subbed off. Joseph Sikora and Tay Headley are the outlets at the moment for the home side, but it's the visitors that are making all the running. Good footwork over on the right sideline. France hasn't stopped trying. And now Travato, first touch for him off the bench. And has he drawn a corner kick? He has. Oh, Manly protesting. Ono can't believe it. And the central referee agrees. He doesn't overrule. So it's a corner kick for Sydney FC. I wonder, can Sydney smash and grab here at the end of the night? They're not going to leave too many back here. Sydney FC, they know that a final spot could be within reach if they are able to leave with 3 points here. Can they grab it late? High in swinging ball and over the head of Farias, who also committed a foul for his trouble. And he was the lone hope there and not really able to make a proper leap at the ball. Chipman for Manly, ticking down to the final minute of regulation. And that long ball is not going to bring any of the attackers into play. Zavadinos collects easily enough. So if we do get a goal, it's going to have to be a stoppage time special. Fourth official is poised at the sideline, about to show us how long to go. Oh, Cronin and Jared Middleton not on the same wavelength, so a little bonus here for Manly. They can advance their numbers up the pitch with this throw-in. The defence was sitting quite deep there, but now only Chipman and O'Driscoll remain back. Kimura buzzing around, but not able to win the ball. O'Driscoll can, though. Hillier. O'Driscoll. Perez. Bouncing ball down the right channel. Kimura isolated in a 1-on-2 though. And cleared away by Jared Middleton once again. O'Driscoll up for the header against Sikora. The youngster making a presence, but Manly have got the numbers. O'Driscoll sets it out to de Robillard. And Stefan de Robillard with Ono ahead of the ball, calling for it. De Robillard holds on though. Ducking and weaving. Pizzuti stood him up and won the ball away. And Sikora watches it under his heel. It's going to run down to Jesse Perez. 3 additional minutes, reflective of an up-tempo game. Not too many delays in this second half, so time the enemy of both sides here. Are we heading for a stalemate? All of the neutrals watching on from the other teams in the top 6 cluster won't mind. Here's Kakeru Ono shooting and blocked away immediately by Lockie Middleton. Chipman. Lofted ball. And it's going to be repelled off the head of France. Tumbling on. Here's a chance. Laid out in front of Kimura. And the outstretched legs of Jared Middleton able to slide in and knock the ball to safety. Sikora, is he half a chance here? O'Driscoll powerfully through. And now Ono. He's had a prominent role in the game, but has to defer here. Chipman playing it down the line to Robillard coming from very deep. Zavadinos lured out of his line, but he's able to forcefully strike away. Ball bounces back into midfield dispute. Kimura leaving it with Neuenhoff. This is the chance maybe for Manly. And just a heavy touch from Mitchell Seaman. It's out for a goal kick. Well, Neuenhoff was hoping for a 1-2. And as it goes begging, we tick into the third of 3 allocated minutes. Zavadinos waves his midfield and defenders up. Goes long. Header repelled by Ono. As it runs out for a throw-in. This is it for Manly. Everything's got to go right here. They'll have 30 seconds to go end to end. Chipman, a long ball. Coop roving and chasing, and the ball's going to run off the synthetic and run away out for a goal kick. And that might just about do it. Zavadinos takes his time here. He's going to launch it long once again. O'Driscoll up for the header. Cronin first to the ball. Knocks it out towards the sideline. Now he's going to wheel around and keep it in. Tay Headley. Buttigieg. Sydney are on here. Sikora playing it through. And nearly a chance for Travato. And as it's knocked off his feet, the full-time whistle goes. It's a stalemate to start round 24 at NPL Men's New South Wales. And the chance to, in Sydney's case, reinforce their spot in finals and in Manly's case, close the gap, has gone begging. And all the other parties watching on, be it Sutherland Sharks, Rockdale, Spirit, the Wanderers, they will all be happy with the outcome here. And neither of these two teams will, because this game deserved better than a 0-0 draw. Some good goalkeeping and some profligate finishing leaves us with our full-time score of Sydney FC 0, Manly United 0. On behalf of our broadcast partner, Sportscast Australia, I'm Teo Pellizzeri. Thanks for your company. Enjoy the rest of the weekend's action on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Good night.